Hey everyone, Richard Metal Fan here, bringing you guys a brand new 2019 album review. And today we're going to be looking into the new album from the band Gloryhammer entitled Legends from Beyond the Galactic Terrorvortex, which was released through Napalm Records. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with Gloryhammer, they're a symphonic kind of power metal band hailing all the way from the UK, and these guys have been around since 2010. I was introduced to Gloryhammer back in like 2015 or so. And Gloryhammer, I guess, is kind of like a side project for Christopher Bose from another great metal band called Ailstorm, where their lyrical themes talk about like pirates and all that shit. Whereas Gloryhammer, lyrically, our topics talk about like space, like magic, wizards, and all this kind of weird, freaky shit. And of course, in 2013, they released their debut album entitled Tales from the Kingdom of Fife, which I think is a pretty good debut album. And they started touring there, and then 2015 rolls, and then we get the release of their second album, Space 1992, Rise of the Chaos Wizards. And that, honestly, in my opinion, and was like my introduction to the band. And before I heard their Tales from the Kingdom of Fife, I heard Space 1992, and I was like, damn, this is really good. And of course, I saw them for the first time ever last year at Prague Power in Atlanta. As it was like their first ever U.S. show ever, so I was very lucky to witness that. Of course, I met them all, and they sent 2 of the CDs I had at the time, and they were all really nice guys. And here we are in 2019 with the release of their third album, Legends from Beyond the Galactic Terrorvortex. Ugh, try saying that 5 times fast. Does that live up to Rise of the Chaos Wizards? In my honest opinion, it definitely has. Like, I honestly really think Gloryhammer, they deserve more. Honestly, they're just really that good. The production on this album is really great. Like, everything about it is where it needs to be. The vocal work from Thomas Winkler, aka Angus McFife, the eighth. His vocals are just really great, just similar to like all type of power metal bands. They definitely know how to do it well. The guitar work on this album is just superb for like most power metal bands. Paul Templing's guitar playing is just great, and just like the soloing and shredding that he does is good. The bass is pretty audible. James Cartwright's bass is pretty great. And what can I say about the keyboards from Chris? Like, his keys is just very prominent on this album. Definitely was great. And the drumming from Ben Turk is just amazing, as always. So yeah, without further ado, let's dive into this album track by track. Now the album opens up with Into the Terrorvortex of Corvilleth, which is just like a nearly like 90-second intro opens the album. A short introduction by Zarbegat. It would be epic. I can't even speak today. It almost kind of feels like a soundtrack to like a sci-fi movie. Like, it almost feels like it could be in Star Wars or something. And then it goes right into full with the Siege of Dunkeld and Hoots We Trust, with like height speed similar to like from Rise of the Chaos Wizards from the last album. But it starts off really great, a dash of like symphonic metal, and at the beginning with like a super catchy chorus and a wonderful singing guitar solo. And this is more than a successful song. I just really love it. Masters of the Galaxy, in my opinion, I feel like this is like the first very big highlight on the album. Holy shit, where did these guys dig up these tunes? Like, although the use of keyboards is slightly higher than like on the like other songs on here, but there's like some driving rhythms, like fantastic vocals, and again, of course, with a gigantic earwig character. Unquestionably an absolute banger for like the live shows. The Land of Unicorns, which is a fairly weird song title, but it's a good song. It has a very speedy beginning, beautiful keyboard lines. And Thomas kind of like sings, at least in the beginning, very quite aggressively, like compared to like their other stuff. Before like the next earworm chorus begins. In the second part, I really think Paul shines with a really top-notch guitar solo on here. power of the laser dragon fire. It continues with like high speed range. Here it reminds you a little bit of like Amulet of Justice from their first album. And the track features a spoken word part by Zargotha, then a scream from Angus. This which moves on to like the next guitar solo on here, and the short quiet part towards the end and brings sort of like a surprising relaxation. Legendary enchanted, can't even speak today. Legendary enchanted jetpack. Heck, and this high-speed grenade eats into my ear canal. How's even like the OO calls in the chorus live sure provide like a certain mood. So this number is now slightly back. However, it's not bad at all, and it of course fits well with like the album. Then we go into Gloryhammer, which is the band's own title track. And it's just a pounder, a headbanger, a true hymn for once this speed is slightly reduced. The structure reminds you a little bit of like Sabaton's Primo Victoria, but is not worse or better. I don't know. No, it does not become like the ultimate live grenade. Then I cannot understand the world more. And Gloryhammer takes up with like every big time classic such as like Hammerfall, Sabaton, or Powerwolf. So power metal goes, and like turn up the volume is announced. The lyrics are much tailored with the story, but regardless of this the Manowar could not do better. Like an example of the lyrics, like my steel wants to blow you away, fighting mega battles every day. Gloryhammer wielding steel that is true. Then we go into Hoots Fourth, which is stylistically nothing more than Universe on Fire 2, whereas the keyboards are not as extreme as like the original. And live, the boys can always alternate now, and the scene police will arrive at the latest now. And I love how this pretty much like get the live setting could go with the fans chanting Hoot Force. Battle for Eternity, which Gloryhammer once again chases out a short, crisp song that captivates like epic, great vocals, gorgeous melody, while the keyboards show clear borrowings from almost kind of like something from Stradivarius, but that's no wonder. And then the album closes with the epic entitled "The Fires of Ancient Cosmic Destiny," which is like the longest song that Sabaton has ever written. It's about 12, 13, and it's almost like their Rime of the Ancient Mariner in a way. And the fact that Gloryhammer can do more than just write some fast or half-speed power metal songs have been proven here before. And this is no ballad, nothing else but the longest track that the band has done in history. And describe this song is not an easy task. Epic, available, typical power metal parts, of course, and Chris's like evil bets multiple times. And the keyboards, naturally polyphonic songs, even that. Quieter tones, perfect use. How about like a declaration of war? Here, and I love how the Hootsman joins Angus McFife and tells like the evil magician Zargotha where to put his Gloryhammer. Okay, the last part is not tense, but the last story takes like a dramatic turn. And its effects like Zargotha is defeated, but also the fate of Angus McFife takes a surprising turn. Pure drama, which is rounded off by the recent guitar solo, which is finally transmitted at the end. And then probably the next album explained with transmission complete, ends like this 12.5-minute spectacle. Now overall, the new Gloryhammer is really well done. Like, I just think these guys honestly deserve more. And if you haven't heard this album, I highly recommend you do. So yeah, that's my review of the new Gloryhammer, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it. And I'll see you all in the next video. And as always, keep it metal.